And it's at a weight that's proved very successful for British boxers since World War II, the 11 stone 6 middleweight division, in which Britain has had 3 world champions in the past 30-odd years. There was Randolph Turpin, conqueror of Sugar Ray Robinson, in the 1950s. Terry Downs, who beat America's Paul Pender in the 1960s. And Alan Minter, who took the world title from Vito Antuofermo at the start of the 80s. Tuesday's contestants are Tony Sibson, the European champion, and Mark Kaylor, the British and Commonwealth champion. In their 12-round fight, all 3 titles will be at stake. It's winner, take all. The Queen Victoria at Queneborough, just outside Leicester, is the rural retreat of Tony Sibson. Tony's very much a country lad, tucked away with family and dogs, hating the very idea of coming to London, where the only lure is gold. In contrast, Mark Kaylor is London-born and bred, an out-and-out cockney, training in the famous Terry Lawless gym in the heart of London's Dockland. Mark's never had a pro fight anywhere except London. There's another contrast. This will be only Kaylor's 2nd title fight. Sibson's had 10 of them, including a shot at the world title. But it doesn't seem to worry Mark.
He's a very good fighter, very good puncher, but I'm going to win.
Sibson does have a problem. It's the old one that once you've tried and lost for the world title, it's hard to summon the same enthusiasm again.
I'm in the gym every night for this one. Normally I'd perhaps turn up about 3 times a week, that's all. But this one I'm out of bed and I'm looking to do a good job. I know he's taller and he's got good reach and he's very, he's a powerful puncher, but I just say to myself, just get into that, turn up on the gym every night, turn up every night to the gym and work hard. And I think that on the night I'm just going to go out there and do my business. I don't know how. So most of the kids I've fought have been 6-footers, so I'm not up against any obstacles I've not come across before. But Caleb is young and ambitious, and so I've got to get the bit between my teeth and get on with it.
Sibson's been around a long time. He had his first pro fight on his 18th birthday, and now he's 26. He's had nearly twice as many fights as Kaylor, more than Alan Minter had. Unlike Minter, Sibson didn't win the world title, but then he had to face the man who destroyed Minter, the American Marvin Hagler, on a winter's night in Massachusetts nearly 2 years ago.
He's trying to fight, but he's being outfought. Tremendous efforts by Sibson, but he's coming off first and he's over again, and this might be the end. His legs seem to have gone. He's put it all in and it hasn't worked, and it stops and it's over, and Hagler has retained the middleweight championship of the world. A brave try by Sibson, but you only have to look at him to see what happens.
A year later, again in America, Sibson took another knock, a bad defeat at the hands of a lesser American, Don Lee, who had him over 4 times.
I was on course for Hagler again. I beat John Collins in great style after I had a good rest, and I just never sat down and thought about things. I just rushed into things and never got myself 100% and come unstuck. But I think if I can get a good one over Kaylor, Mark Kaylor, and then get over Don Lee again, then we're looking at maybe an eliminator or someone right up there who can perhaps put me in that position.
Well, Hagler destroyed him, didn't he? It was just, one-sided.
What would you have felt about your own chances with Hagler at that time?
At that time, I was learning the game myself, so that's.
And now, do you think you would go in with a chance against Hagler?
Well, after people see me get beat by Buster Drake, and they'd laugh at me if I said I thought I had a chance with Hagler. But personally, I do, yeah.
Kaylor lives in Rainham in Essex with his American wife Pat and Cisco the Alsatian. It wasn't difficult to spot him as a future star, even back in 1979, when he was still a teenage amateur. One of the first times I ever saw you, I sorted this out from among my little collection. This is the programme for the 79 National Association of Boys Club Championships. And I marked something up against you there. You beat a man called Robert Armstrong, and I put 2 stars against it and wrote class against you. Wasn't a bad judge, was I?
That's right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, there's some good boys down here as well. Yeah, now pros.
Nick Wilshire's there, and Keith Wallace.
Yeah, Nick's a club mate of mine at the moment.
Did you enjoy life as an amateur boxer?
Yeah, it was very tough. I was working at Smithfield Meat Market at the time, And I had to do the same sort of training I do now, but Cisco. But I had to work as well, so I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning, back home for a couple of hours sleep, and then I had to go down to the gym in the afternoon.
Despite those difficulties, he won the ABA title in 1980 and then went to Moscow for the Olympics. He beat this Brazilian, but lost to a Romanian in the quarterfinals. That was his cue to turn pro, and the only real setback since has been the hammering he took from Buster Drayton earlier this year.
Round 7. Surely he won't survive this. And Kaylor's gone down again to take another count, having been signalled to go on. Mike Jacobs tells him to go on again. Oh, that was one punch too many.
Drayton's only light middleweight. It was a very, very bad loss, as far as I'm concerned. But after that fight, I had a minor operation on my hand, which I've got the scars to prove. And I'm now punching with the full power of my right hand, which I couldn't do against Drayton. And when you fight a guy like that, you've got to be able to hurt them, and I wasn't able to do that.
Where did you do the hand? Was that in the fight with Gums?
No, I'd done it in the fight with Ralph Moncrief. I threw a right uppercut to his stomach and knocked all the stuffing out of it. They thought it was something called a ganglion, but it was just mass scar tissue underneath the skin. That's since been corrected, and I can't wait to fight Buster Drayton again now.
So Mr. Sibson will be feeling the full weight of that hand.
That's right, yeah.
He brought the right hand into use at the Albert Hall last month against the American David Tote. Tote never really stood a chance, and it was called off in the 6th. Now for Sibson, and another major event in his life.
My wife's due to have a baby 4 days after the fight, so that's a special reason I want to win.
It could be a very close race between the two events.
Yeah, I hope she holds on.
Do you normally go and watch Mark box?
No, I haven't been since the Glenn McEwen fight about a year ago. I won't be going to this one either.
Well, as you can't go to this one very well. But normally, you're not that keen on boxing?
No, I prefer not to go. I'll get worried going there. I'd rather stay at home, just relax.
Relaxing is one luxury Tony Sibson can't afford. Everything will depend on whether he's drummed up the old form, the animal eagerness that took him to a sensational 3-round victory over Alan Minter in 1981.
Good punch, he's got Minter with the left. Oh, an almighty left hand with Minter on the ropes, and he took it full-blooded.
If I've got a threat in this country, it's Mark Kaylor. You know, that's what I've always said. If anyone going to threaten me in this country, it's going to be Mark Kaylor, and they think it's time that he fought me. So, you know, it's going to be like a Minter Sibson. Only I'm not too ready to quit at this minute, so I'm very keen.
These fights happen every so often. I mean, the last fight like this was the Minter against Sibson, when Sibson was the up-and-coming fighter, and Minter was the guy of all the experience. So, I mean, I'm not overawed because I'm fighting the fighter more experienced than me. It doesn't worry me. I know what's in front of me, and I know I can do it.
People think I might be another Minter, but he was like 30, I think, when he packed it up. I'm only 26.
Kaylor's 3 years younger, full of ambition and graced with talent. But the Drayton defeat is a recent memory, and supposing Sibson finds again the form of 3 or 4 years ago, what then?
It is all over. It must be all over as Chiarelli sinks on his haunches in his own corner. And he's gone this time, and Salvamini can't make it. He can't get up. He's knocked out, and Sibson has won the European middleweight title.
I'm going to go out there and win in good style, because if I do come out of boxing, no way am I going to come second best to anybody in Britain. It's my pride. What tells me, if you're going to finish on any kind of a note, it's not like losing in America. You can forget that. People will forget that. But on your own territory, you've always got to like finish up top dog. Else otherwise go out like. That's terrible. Going out a loser. That's not for me.
It's going to be some fight, and you can see it here on Sports Night next Wednesday, together with snooker. Sibson of Leicester, the European champion, and Mark Kaylor of London, the British and Commonwealth champion, with all 3 titles at stake, and the crowd already roaring their heads off as we waited for the first bell.
The great confrontation at last, And what a reception this fight gets. There hasn't been atmosphere at Wembley like this for many years. And at once you can see just how much height and reach Sibson, the European champion, is having to concede. And Sibson must feel almost as though he's in a foreign country. It sounds to me like 90% of this Wembley crowd is on Kaylor's side. Kaylor, British and Commonwealth champion, white trunks. The 3 titles these men hold between them are all at stake tonight. It's winner take all. Kaylor's reach and undoubted skill against Sibson's raw hooking aggression and undoubted punch. Well, he may feel as though he's in a strange land tonight, Sibson, but nonetheless, the bookmakers, who concede nothing to sentiment, have made Sibson a slight favourite. Good hooks from Sibson. He got inside the reach, and he used the hooks well with the left. And he out-jabs Kaylor. Sibson with almost twice as many pro fights as Kaylor. 10 major title fights behind him. And this is only the second that Kaylor's had. And all that singing is for Mark Kaylor. But at the moment, Kaylor's being beaten to the punch. Little between them in weight. Sibson 11.5½. Kaylor 4 ounces heavier. Lively opener. The first of a scheduled 12 rounds. And maybe the edge with Sibson. Sibson only 26, and yet he's been around a long time. He had his first pro fight on his 18th birthday, and now he's had 56 pro fights, and 50 of them have been wins, and he's been in for the world title with Marvin Hagler. He came in with a couple of beautiful left hooks early on in that first round. There's the first, and I think he followed up with one to the stomach.
Round 2.
Kaylor in the white trunks. A left elbow injury caused for Sibson, caused postponement of this fight earlier in the year. Sibson, in fact, hasn't boxed since February. And it's 21 months since he fought Hagler. Kaylor's had 29 fights, 27 wins. Sibson's left hand is very quick. Well, at last, the Sibson supporters make themselves heard. That left hook of Sibson's is a potent punch. This could be a key punch in this fight. Kaylor's been made to breathe hard by that. Sibson knows full well that defeat here could mean the end of the road. He wouldn't be too keen to go on without a title. He hasn't always trained as well as he might in the past, but I think this time Sibson has really worked hard. Good right from Kaylor. This is certainly the most eagerly awaited domestic fight for a long time in this country. And this is the top division in the country at the moment, the middleweights. Two good men here, and behind them, men like Harold Graham and Errol Christie and Jimmy Price, all waiting their chance. And Kaylor hanging on there. The action is furious already in this second round. Sibson's nose is bleeding. He's ripping the hooks in. Now then, can Kaylor withstand this storm? He's under the sort of pressure that Buster Drayton put him under when Drayton beat him. And to everybody's disappointment, except perhaps the fighters, the bell ends that furious second round, and both men felt it there. What a set-to they had in the last 30 seconds of that. Kaylor, for a moment, looking very disturbed. He took one or two sharp punches, but Sibson didn't come out unscathed either. He's got some blood coming from his nose, so he's been hurt. And this is proving to be the fight we hoped it would be. That nose could be troublesome for Sibson. They've had trouble stopping the blood. That might affect his breathing. They've taken no time to warm up. They've gone straight at it. And this Wembley, absolutely packed for the first time in many years. Not a spare seat. Kaylor giving Sibson some trouble now. Sibson looking all around him, outside the ring. The country boy versus the Cockney. Sibson relying almost entirely on that left hook. And Kaylor taking these early punches well. Good right hand inside from Kaylor. The battle swaying, first one way, then the other. Slight cut underneath the left eye of Sibson. Very slight, but it's there. So Kaylor's punches have brought their reward. The bleeding nose, and now the cut underneath the left eye, which Denny Mancini gets to work on. It's hardly noticeable, and it's not in a dangerous place. So the corner won't be too worried about that. But it does show that Kaylor is getting the damaging punches through.
Seconds up. Round 4.
Both men off their stools and ready before the bell. Kaylor, the taller of these two men, with the longer reach. Sibson is only 5'8". Kaylor had his first pro fight in October 1980, 4.5 years after Sibson had his. The ferocity of this punching inside is really quite something. John Coyle, the referee. This fight under European Boxing Union rules, but the referee and the two judges, all British. The compulsory 8-count rule is in force for this. Sibson, when he gets within range, is a demon. But in order to get past the long left of Kaylor, he's had to take those punches that have damaged his face. 4 rounds completed, and no telling at this stage which way the battle might sway. Here's one of the men who's waiting to challenge the winner, Harold Bomber Graham from Sheffield, undefeated. This has not been a lucky arena for Kaylor. His 2 professional defeats, the disqualification against Serda and the stoppage against Drayton, both happened in this ring. Three titles at stake: European belonging to Sibson, British and Commonwealth belonging to Kaylor. And in his time, Sibson has held all 3. A man of tremendous championship experience. Good punches by Sibson. The jolting left hand again. Whoever wins this fight is going to earn it. Almost demented at times, Sibson. Absolutely determined to win this fight. It's been action, and hard and furious action all the way. Another little mark appearing there by the left eye of Sibson. Well, this is typical of the fast and furious action we've had all the way through this fight.
Second round. Round 6.
Kaylor's had a minor operation on his right hand to cure some trouble there in recent months. And he told me that Sibson will be feeling the full weight of that tonight. Don't think Sibson has yet felt the full weight of Kaylor's right hand. Most of Mark's work has been done with the left. by Sibson. Good left hook from Sibson again. A little bit high up. And Kaylor has to hold on. Sibson's nose bleeding again. Hard fight. Kaylor under real pressure now. It's the best round Sibson's had. But he hasn't put Kaylor down. Overwhelmingly Sibson in that round. Well, that was more like the old Sibson of about 3 or 4 years ago, and Kaylor felt the full weight of the attacks there. So there's bound to be just a little concern in that corner now.
Well, after that good round, Sibson continued to hold the upper hand. We rejoined the fight in the 10th.
It's still the fighter against the boxer. The fighter is Sibson. And the fighter, for my money at the moment, has got the better of it. No knockdowns at any stage. Hard bruising. Good struggle all the way. 2 rounds to go. Kaylor's fought the best fight of his life, no doubt about that. Only one title fight behind him when he won the British title, and he was on the floor in that one. Got up to win in 5 rounds. Now these last 2 rounds are going to be a real test for him.
Second up, round 11.
Well, this is further than Kaylor's ever been. Kaylor's right hand hasn't been too much in evidence. And still Sibson hasn't managed to repeat the tremendous 6th round when he really was on top. And there's the right hand from Kaylor, and for the first time, Sibson seemed to back off and didn't like it. That may well be the best punch Kaylor's thrown so far, a right hand. And it looked to me as though it hurt Sibson. So this fight may yet hold some tremendous climax. And the London fans have come to life now. You wonder how much better Kaylor might have done if he'd thrown some of these rights earlier. Another good one, right uppercut this time. And Sibson suddenly walks into all sorts of trouble at the end of the 11th. Sibson on the receiving end with a vengeance. Kaylor's right hand has suddenly taken over the fight. The stocky Sibson, the European champion. The taller Kaylor, British and Commonwealth champion. And those three titles now all on the line in the next 3 minutes. And Sibson shows he still has plenty to offer. And this Wembley arena seething with excitement. It's all or nothing now for the pair of them. I haven't heard noise at Wembley like this for a long time. They put so much in over the previous 11 rounds. Locked together. Neither man prepared to give way. What a finish. What a fight. The tension now almost unbearable. Kaylor spits out his gum shield. The perfect climax to a major title fight. The pair of them very nearly sold out. It's all a lot closer than it was earlier. That's the end, and now we have to wait for the decision, and the two of them fall into each other's arms the way two great fighters should at the end of a marvelous fight. Well, that was the fight we waited a long time to see, and it turned out to be a cracker.
The referee and two judges all scored it for Sibson by 2 rounds. Sibson, then holder of 3 titles, and today he said he'd be holding on to the British Championship. One more British title win will give him the Lonsdale belt outright. His next fight may be abroad. He'd like to avenge that defeat by the American Don Lee. Meanwhile, there's a queue of Britons waiting to challenge, apart from Kaylor, Harold Graham, Errol Christie, Jimmy Price, any one of them itching to get at Sibson. And Kaylor, well, he was told he'd become a father just a few hours before the fight. His wife, Pat, had given birth to a son. So, happiness on one side, disappointment on the other. Kaylor was an early visitor today to see the new baby.
Right.
Oh, we're up there. All the cassettes. What? Oh, look at him. Hey. Can I have him?
Your hands are cold.
Oh, his eyes are open. No.
Don't touch his face.
Oh, look at him. Beautiful.
Look at his little part of his hair.
He's gorgeous. Little Jimmy.
How do you feel this morning? Mixed emotions, lost the fight, but father of a baby
Mixed
son.
emotions. I'm very, very pleased with the support I've got. I've got the best supporters in the country. I'd just like to thank them now. And obviously I'm just really pleased about the baby now. The fight, I can get over that and come again. But this is beautiful.
A couple of proud parents this morning.
Yeah, sure.
You were expecting a daughter, weren't you?
I think most other people expected me to have a girl. I don't know why, but I always knew it was going to be a boy.
Have you picked a name?
Yeah, it's going to be called Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy.
Yes. Jamie, but we're going
Pat says Jamie, you say Jimmy.
Pat says Jamie, but I'm going to call it Jimmy. He's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. I don't think Mark was talking about Tony Gubba, but Tony was there at the hospital with them. Well, with an extra mouth to feed, I imagine it won't be long before Mark's back in the ring, earning a few bob. Frank Bruno's heavyweight fight with the American